Okay, let's go. We back and rolling. Hey, let's go. Yeah. Hello, guys, and welcome back. Woo woo. I know it's been a minute. It's been like maybe like what 2-3 weeks since I posted my last video. But y'all, I have just been going through a lot of changes and just going through life. That's kind of ties back to like the topic for this video. It's all about navigating life and well, really just navigating like failure and the lulls of life, you know. But yeah, so past couple of weeks, I moved out of my old apartment, so I'm actually at my sister's place right now. I'm staying with her for the time being while I'm still job hunting and stuff like that. Cause this post grad, the job market right now, I feel like for certain majors, it's a little bit easier to make that transition from school into like the job field. Other majors, it's just a little bit more. It's just more of a waiting game, you know, and that's really what it is. So yeah, so I'm just I'm still pursuing my still job hunting and stuff like that. But it was like I think like 2 weeks ago I just moved out of my old apartment and I'm staying with my sister. So I was just moving, going through that, and like moving is a lot. It wore me out. Okay, it wore me out. Life has been wearing me out too. So I just had to take a little reprieve for myself. Rest and recharge. Yes, as you know from my last video, that's what we were talking about, and I really needed that, okay? But I am back now. I am fully rested. I'm recharged, rejuvenated, and I'm back, okay? So, yes. But this topic for this video, I think it's just really like, I think it's really relevant. Especially for like a lot of us like 20 something year olds, like we are definitely, I feel like we're all kind of experiencing this, maybe in different capacities and stuff like that. But I definitely think this is a really like current and relevant topic. But yes, so without further ado, let's get into it. But yeah, so in this video, I'm just gonna be talking about navigating through like failure and like the lulls of life. Um, and it's definitely not like an easy thing to navigate, and it definitely can feel like really it can definitely feel really scary and just really alone. You can definitely feel really alone in this too, in this struggle. But I want you to know, like, you're not alone. This is what this channel's for. This is what I'm here for, okay? We got this. We're in this together, okay, babes? Yes. But, so, like, when you're just kind of navigating through, like, failure and, like, life and having to navigate through, like, the lulls and stuff like that, sorry, we're probably gonna have, like, the AC cut on and off through this video. I'll like be more mindful of that for the next one. But so I guess there's like really like 5 things I kind of want to like stress when it comes to like navigating failure and like the lulls of life, because I think when we're experiencing it, we're just kind of thinking, why is this happening to me? Like, why I don't deserve this? Like, why can't life always be good? And the thing when it comes to that, like life can't always be good. Like something can't always be good, because if something was good all the time, we wouldn't really like fully understand the value of what good is. So when things do get bad, when we do experience we do experience failure and like the lows of life, it's to honestly really just kind of, one is definitely to like humble us and to remind us like, hey girly, like you're a human, like I think it just kind of reminds us of our mortality, and it's definitely a very like humbling moment, and it just lets us know like, hey, we don't really have it all figured out, and we don't really have everything, you know so it's definitely is like a very like humbling um moment, I think, for sure, because it just it regrounds you, lets you know like, hey, hey, hey. But yes, I definitely think it's just a very much like it's a humbling moment, and with that like being humble, it makes you have to go back to not the beginning, I don't want to say, but like square one. But I think it definitely makes you realize, or it brings you back closer to your faith. And I try not to like talk about religion too much, because I know it's a very hot topic, but definitely brings you back to your faith. So whatever you believe in, it brings you back to your faith and makes you become more reliant on them. Because sometimes I feel we can get too successful, things are going too good, we forget who made it possible. We kind of lose our faith. And so when failure happens, when the lulls of life happens, is to humble us and to bring us back to our faith and to get us back to connected to our source. So I definitely think that's like the purpose behind failure in the lulls of life is one of the reasons. Another reason why I think we experience this, it really is just to like struggles, they teach us wisdom and experience. Because with wisdom, I think I was just watching The Shy, and Sonny, he was talking to Emmett. He was saying, he was giving Emmett some advice, and Emmett was like, "Man, Sonny, like, how did you get so wise?" And Sonny responded back, "I made a lot of mistakes. That's how I'm so wise." And so, like, when we do go through struggles, hardships, and everything, it's to bring us wisdom, and it's always a learning experience. Like, it's always a lesson behind it. I'm a really big believer in, like, we don't ever experience anything just to have that experience. There's always a bigger purpose behind it. And so when we are experiencing like hardships and failure, it's to teach us a lesson, and it's to always make us stronger. Like, I'm such a big believer in that. Like, when you do experience bad things, it's to make you stronger and just make you more prepared. And it's also kind of like setting you up for success too, because like everyone knows when like you've been working for something so hard and you finally get it, it tastes so sweet because I put in this much effort, I put in so much work, and that's why it's so sweet. And so that's also why like I feel like we experience hardships and failure, is to help us when we do have those victories, the good things. It makes it just more meaningful. Like, it brings more meaning to life. Because like if you were lost, how would you know when you're found? How would you know what something is bad if you didn't know it was good? We have to have both. I remember it was my 11th grade year of high school, for my literature class, American Lit. My teacher, Miss Geis, for people who went to Lulls, so my high school, I can't say that ain't too loud, but for my high school, y'all know who Miss Geis is, okay? Listen, y'all know who she is. But I really respect her a lot as a teacher. She was a phenomenal teacher. But she was saying how, like, for something to be simple, it has to, represent both parts, or, like, both halves of something. So, like, basically it has to represent, like, the good and the bad for something to be a symbol. And that's what hardships are, okay? Like, it's kind of the symbol. Damn, okay, I kind of forgot where I was going with this. No, actually, no, I didn't. But, like, that's kind of, like, I feel like when it comes to, like, hardships and, like, I think, or, like, really just life. Like, life is the good and the bad. Hardships are part of the bad for it. And without having the bad parts, we wouldn't really know what the good parts are. And the good parts wouldn't have as much meaning to it. Because, it's like when you're down, and you finally get up, you look back and be like, wow, like, look at where it came from. And it really makes that moment when you're on top so much more meaningful, because you realize, like, I wasn't always here. Like, I was in a much worse spot. So that's definitely, I think, another big reason why we go through hardships and failure. And, like, it's also kind of preparing you to help others too, because we all, whether we realize it or not, we all kind of go through, experience some of the similar hardships and struggles in life, whether we realize it or not. I think a lot of times we feel like we're the only ones going through something, we're the only ones who are struggling, and we feel like, oh, everyone else is doing good and I'm doing bad. And in reality, we're all doing kind of the same to a certain extent. But I think in reality, we're all, in the grand scheme of things, we're all kind of doing the same. We're all kind of in the same spot and stuff like that. So never feel like when you're struggling, you're the only one struggling, because I promise you, like, your next door neighbor is struggling too, maybe in a different area of their life, but we're all struggling in some form, in some way. So never feel like you're ever going through something alone, or feel like it's just you. Like, we're all going through it, babes, okay? We all are. Maybe different capacities, different areas, but a struggle is a struggle, okay? But yes, but when you go through your own struggles, that prepares you to help other people. Cause like the example I gave from the shy, like Sunny, if he hadn't gone through that struggle, he would not have been able to give that advice to Emmett to help him through his own struggle. You know. So when we do experience hardships and failure, it's to help. It's preparing us to help other people navigate through their own failure to their own hardships, and like it's helping us to be a guide and to help them through that area of their life, you know? Yes. um, and also too, when you go through like hardships and failure, it really makes you stronger. And that's how you really grow as a person. Because if everything is just going good, it's going smooth, you don't have that motivation, that inclination to do better and to want to do better. You're just gonna keep doing the same old and same thing, and you're never really gonna grow. But when you go through hardships and go through failures, it forces you to reevaluate things and to re-strategize things and to come with a new game plan to get you to where you want to go. You know, and it makes you become more resilient and stronger in multiple areas. Because I think a really big part, or I think a big area that kind of falters when you're going through hardships and failure is like your mental health, even like your physical health too, because that's really tied to everything. Because when you do go through hardships and failure in life, your stress levels are a little bit more up, and so that can kind of weigh down your mental health and your physical health. They're all interconnected. And so going through hardships and being able to see the light at the end of the tunnel, it makes you stronger in those areas too, because you have to rely on yourself in a different way than what you're comfortable doing. And that's also another thing too, when you do go through hardships and failure, it forces you to get out your comfort zone. And that's how you evolve. When you get out your comfort zone, you have to adapt and change and evolve into a different person who is going to be able to do the things that you need to do in order to get to the next level, the next step in life, you know? So I think that's like a really good way to look at when you're going through like hardships and failure, and just knowing like, okay, this is going to help me grow to become the person that I know I'm meant to be and the person who I want to be. So let me try to reevaluate the situation and see like, what is it that I need to learn? What do I need to improve on to where I'm not in the situation again? And once you find that answer, you can use that answer to help other people go through the same thing and help them get through that phase of their life, you know? So that's definitely why I feel like we do experiences, the downs, the lows of life, and failure and everything. It's to help us grow as an individual and to make us stronger, you know? Um, and that's really big. And also, too, I think something I really do want to touch up on when it comes to like just navigating this phase of your life is just you really have to keep your faith alive. And you know, that kind of ties back to one of the points I made earlier, how it brings us closer to our faith. Because without faith, I feel like faith is like a really big motivator for a good bit of people, to get them motivating to get up in the morning to go about their life and everything. And so that's, I wouldn't say that's like the sole reason why we do experience like failure and hardships, is to bring us back to our faith, but it is a big way that people do come back to their faith, you know. And because like I feel like without faith, without having something to believe in, you can't really accomplish much, you know. I feel like you can't really do too much, because it's like, what was really motivating you, you know what I'm saying? So definitely when you're going through this phase of your life, like keep the faith alive, keep it high, because that is going to be a big driving force of getting you out of that phase and getting you to the next up in your life. So you know, really just keep your head high and focus on what you want to happen, because when you focus on the things that you don't want to happen, it brings that into your life. Wait, hold up, guys. Let me go get this book real quick. Let me go get this book, and I'm about to give y'all some good quotes. Hold on. Okay, this is like definitely like this is like one of my favorite books, or this is really one of my favorite like book series. But it's You're the Badass at Making Money by Jen Sincero. Sincero. Hope I'm pronouncing her name right. Listen, I've never been the best. I've never been the best reader. Okay, I just be guessing. Be like, I think it says that. Listen, okay, don't come for me. But yes, this book is just so good, and like I know this is all about like making money and stuff like that, but there's a lot of great tools in here that you can apply to like all areas of your life. And this book is really just helping you get your mindset in a positive place and to raise like your frequencies so you can attract the opportunities that you want that will help you level up your life. But I think this book is a really great just honestly, this book series is just a really great book series on like how to like live your life. I feel like definitely check her out. No matter which one you get, like it's definitely gonna have um knowledge and like tools in there that you can apply to multiple areas of your life in general. So please get this book. But basically, like this book is really just really um, focusing on your perception on life and how you're viewing yourself and your mindset and how to get you from like a lack mindset to the abundant mindset, and to help you get to help you attract the opportunities that you're seeking. But hold on, let me try to find a little quote. Okay, so I kind of switched like filming apps. So I don't know if this changed like the lighting and stuff on here, but if it did, it did. So be it. But so basically, what I want to kind of tie in from this book when it comes to like navigating like hardships and like the lulls of life is this book is really just kind of emphasizing how your perception is key to your circumstances, and like that's like a really big tool that you can use to change it and to start opening yourself up to new possibilities, new opportunities that will get you to where you want to get to. So when you are experiencing like the hardships of life, what you focus on is key. She even says it on here like how what you focus on the most, you create more of that. So if you're focusing on all the bad that's going on in life while you're going through this phase, you're gonna stay there. But if you focus on what is going good for you, oh yes, gratitude, gratitude. I'm so big on always just like expressing gratitude in life because there's always something to be grateful for. Because if not, one thing about life, girlie, she will teach you. She's like, oh, you have nothing to be grateful for right now? That's what you think right now? Hold up, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you that you actually can go lower. So like when you are going through like a hardship or a down point in your life, always express gratitude and always be grateful for where you're at, because listen, things really could be worse and you don't want it to get worse. Okay, you don't want life to show you it can get worse. We don't want that. Okay. So I think gratitude, expressing your gratitude, is a great way to help you stay positive and to bring up your like vibrations. But anyhow, but yeah, but this book was just really saying like what you focus on more on most, you create more of that. So when you're going through like the hardships and like the downs of life, don't focus on all the bad, focus on all the good, and that'll help you see just more opportunities. Because it's like once you start focusing on like the positives, the good things in life, you really start to see more of the golden opportunities out there, and you're able to be in a better headspace to pursue them and to get them out of, so you can get yourself out of your rut and everything. So really just focus on that and really focus on your perception when you're going through this moment in your life, and just try your hardest to stay positive. Like I know that's easier said than done, but try your hardest to stay positive. And like after that, you just gotta let the universe do its magic, okay? Um, and then also too, when you're going through like the downs and hardships of life, you have every right to feel what you're feeling, and what you're feeling is valid, but just don't wallow in your negative feelings for too long, because if you focus on your negative feelings for too long, like you're just gonna stay there. You're not gonna really grow and get out of that rut, get out of that phase in your life, you know? So really just like focus on your perception, come back to your faith, pray so much. Ooh, and that's also something else this book was mentioning, how try not to worry, because worrying is like praying for stuff that you don't want. And when I read that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so true. And I think I had like heard something. I heard another quote similar to that, saying how like worrying is like paying for a debt that you didn't that you don't owe. So why worry in the first place? And when you worry, you actually are like putting those like vibrations out into the universe, to where it's like it will create those situations. So don't do that to yourself, okay? So yeah, so with all that to say, really just focus on staying positive and focus on seeing all the good things that's going on in your life, that's going good. Express gratitude, and just come back to your faith and keep praying and hold on to that too. And also, like, another thing this book mentions when it comes to trying to like manifest money and abundance, you have to really get into tune to your why. Like, what is your reason for wanting to get to the next level, to that next phase in your life, to get out of this rut? What is your why? What's your motivation? And to really like get in touch with that, keep that at the forefront of your mind, and like use that as your motivation, your fuel to get out of the rut and everything. So, okay, sorry guys, had to produce some storage. I didn't even know like what I was even talking about. I didn't even know what I was even talking about, bruh. But yes, when you're navigating through like life and like the downs of life, always always express your gratitude, because things could be a whole lot worse than what they are. Um, Always just try to like stay positive and focus on the positive, because what you focus more on, you create more of that. So when you focus on all the good things, focus on what's going great, you're going to keep attracting opportunities that will help keep things going great, okay? And just know like what you're going through is to make you stronger, and it's to like set you up and make you really just appreciate the up in life. When you're back on top, it's just gonna make that moment even more sweeter. So just know that, use that as your motivation to keep going, and use that as like your fuel, you know. And just know that like, such a big believer, like God only gives you what you can handle. So if he didn't think you can handle this, he would not have given it to you. And it's always to make you stronger. So just know that too. Always look for the lesson in things, and what is this trying to teach me. And I think you just have to accept it and just experience it too. And also too, I think when we also go through like the lulls and failures of life, that's like a good time for us to like to rest and recharge too. Like that's a good time for us to like to slow down, reevaluate, reorganize, recenter, and to get recharged up, and to go back and hitting the bricks and everything, you know. So yeah, I definitely think that's also like another reason why we do experience like the lulls and like hardships in life, you know, it's to help us stay humble and to recharge and recenter ourselves. So definitely that. But that's honestly the end of my video, guys. Hope everyone like was able to get some takeaways from here, and I hope this helped you if you're going through this phase, this stage of your life. So I really hope you were able to get some takeaways from here. You were able to get some advice, and hopefully this is helping you like navigate through this phase of your life. But yes, until next time, y'all. Yes. So I just have a lot of videos planned coming up for this month. My sister's gonna come in here and speak. We're gonna have like a really good topic. I think it's gonna kind of relate to like money. Might touch on something else too. But yes, next week is gonna be my first vlog. I hope. If it's not next week, it'll be the week after that. But yeah, I recently just went to this film festival. I think I'll put like some teasers right here. But yeah, so I'm gonna be kind of doing a vlog and review on that. So it'll be what's in store for next week. Stay tuned for that. Until then, babes, like please just take care, stay positive, get your rest, and just stay centered, okay? I love y'all so much, and I'll catch y'all next time.